Hello, welcome to the We in Wellness Conversations and Meditations with Dr. K. Hi, Amaris. Welcome.
Hi, Dr. K. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So I'm excited because Amaris is one of my dearest and oldest friends, um, meaning I have known her for the longest. We go way back to the days of college.
Yes, we
hmm
do.
Yes, we do. So Amaris, how would you like the audience to know more about you?
All right. Well, hi, Dr. K. Once again, thank you for having me. My name is Amaris, also known as Threadworthy, um, at least online in my online circles, in my D&D circles as well. Um, by day, I'm a tech girly. I'm a data engineer. And by night and weekends, I am an intuitive. I am training to be a healer. I'm I do art. I've done theater. I love dance. I love connecting with people. I'm an avid reader, and I also love to paint. It was one of the things I've painted, and I'm still growing in that art practice as well. So, um,
Wow.
that's the way to put it. Uh, for Threadworthy, it is my channels where I'm able to share the light and wisdom that I've learned over the years. Um,
Mhm.
it's it's at its beginning, but it's up and coming. Very excited for all the things I've been able to build and capture that will be ongoing and um, on multiple platforms. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's very exciting. And it's amazing how much you do. Like, you've always been really inspiring to me.
Thank you.
Because you're someone who really like takes life where you're like, ah, I could do that. I could try that. Why not?
Why
I'm
not?
gonna I'm gonna do tech and art. Why not?
Sometimes they go hand
Yeah.
in hand if they play well nicely.
Sure, sure. Huh. So, Amaris, tell me a little about um how you're training to be a healer. Like, I'm so curious.
Awesome. I'm so glad to share. So
hmm
it's been happening in a couple ways. One, I was able to find this incredible alchemy cohort. Um, I started following this incredible woman. She goes by Twitchy Witch online. And because she is already so anchored in tarology, religious studies, she has a PhD. I want to say not only in Jungian psychology and Jungian psychoanalysis, but also
hmm
in I'm going to call it geopolitical studies for sake of the podcast, but
Yeah.
we can always go deeper if we need to, because there's a
Mhm.
certain area of tension that she focuses on. Um,
Yes, it's a certain area of the world where
mm.
a lot of religions were founded.
So, um, as a part of her alchemy cohort, this is the second year in a row. I've been learning not only what does it mean to heal self and open up self to the gold and possibilities of life, but then also how to take it further to being able to be present and hold space for others, um, in a sincere way, in a seeing way, in a trusting way that the trust that people will be able to find their own way when they tap into themselves, and trusting that they have the power to tap into themselves, to find that healing. Of course, with the surrounding community of support. So,
Okay.
Mm.
Um, have you considered the ways that you, I guess, the way that you want to continue this work forward? Like you're learning something.
Yeah.
Like what's next for you with that? Or
Yes.
currently?
So a few things. One,
Hmm.
through taking her courses, it has opened me up in tarology, which is that practice of tarot from a psychology standpoint. Um, that's the ology of it. So not of it
Hmm.
from a divination standpoint, but from a psychological understanding from self and others, simply because of what comes up with what's being visualized. Um, so my intent is one to expand my practice and even expand my services as a tarot and intuitive reader. But
Hmm.
also the idea of from that space being able to use light, the idea of light and re-tapping into light for folks. I'm still developing the vision, because part of why I'm training not only from alchemy and understanding, um, not only intense text of wisdom, but intense text of psychology. I'm
Hmm.
also, uh, part of the reason why I'm learning art is because a lot of my intuition comes in from a visual space. And my understanding is if I could deepen my practice of being able to develop art, I would be able to develop more intuitive images that can evoke deeper understanding of self and bring more of that light out of all of us. So
Hmm. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. So maybe give me a more concrete example. And what I mean by that is, I know you got the cards. Like, we've talked about trilogy now. We might as well.
we could do the cards. Like,
What you, what you got?
yeah, we could do cards, but not but and concrete example besides cards. I'm
Okay.
looking forward to. You know what's so interesting? And Dr. K, you know this about me. I am such a Gemini. I'm such an air sign. I'm very like,
Yes.
I'm gonna gravitate to what I'm interested in, and we'll see what emerges from all the things I've collected. So it's really
Hmm.
funny because I'm trying to speak the plan, and I'm like, do I really have a deep plan? I was like, maybe, but the plan has been more to be like, as I learn more and encounter people, what I need to do will surface with the energy I come across with them. But my hope is it'll mix in some art, color theory, colors also with chakras,
Mm,
being able to learn more about holding energy with compassion, like our energy with compassion, and being able to sit with another person and hold their energy with compassion and understanding as well. Very Thich Nhat Hanh coded, right? Um,
mm.
or like I said, the cards, the visuals. So Um, we could do an example here if we're ready for it. Like I'm excited to share it. Let's go.
I mean, yeah, let's just jump in for that because
And
I think
for
um,
folks of
also I would say also Amaris is the reason I learned tarot.
I was having a good time. I was full of people
Yeah,
like,
I was watching a lot of, a few of my favorite tarot readers online.
Mhm.
Um, and I was talking to Amaris one day and she was like, "Yeah, I pull cards because I learned." And I was like, wait. I could just learn it. I could just
This is weird.
maybe. She's like, "If it calls for you." So that's how that started.
And now look at you. You are a profound tarot and oracle card reader. I go to Dr. K for many things, um,
Mhm.
including her um uh, advice for naturopathy and
Yeah.
uh,
You got
and coaching services too. So, um,
yeah.
but I love, and this is me just because I love. Dr. K knows I like to hype her up any opportunity I get and make her wildly uncomfortable. But one of
Yeah.
the things of my favorite part about your services is how you weave in intuition as part of the service. So I've had the opportunity to see you a couple times now and see how powerful your intuitive readings are a part of the health and wellness services you provide. So I had to say that. So we learn from each other.
We do.
Yeah,
We do.
learn from
We
each
do. And thank you for saying that. But
other.
yes, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah,
We'll bring
I'm
it back.
such a
We'll bring it
Virgo.
back to me. Listen, I also love attention, so send it right on back.
Oh, okay. So yes. So I learned also Amaris has given me like half of the decks that I own. So there's
Yes.
that.
I also like giving presents, so it's
Mm.
it's a thing.
Yes, and I'm grateful for the
So
legacy is term courtesy of Amaris. Okay, go ahead.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull 3 cards. This is not from a tarot deck. I know we've been talking about tarot and
Mhm.
tarology, but I was called to actually pull out an oracle deck from Midnight Oracle. It's called Indigo
Mhm.
Goddess. I
Mhm.
really love the deck because it's makes sense from a visual standpoint, but it's also abstract. And it's one of the decks I'm drawn to. I think what pulled me all into the tarot and oracle cards, one, I had a good friend, Brian, who introduced me to the world, and I was just drawn by the art, how
Mhm.
beautiful the art was on the cards, especially for
Mhm.
specific tarot decks, that, like, artists take the time to make. What is 78 cards? So taking the
78.
time
Mhm.
to make all each card individually. So it started as a collection practice, and then I was like, "Hmm, what if we put it to good use?" So here we are. I'm gonna pull 3 cards, just general talking general vibes, advice. I know I'm gonna say this sidetrack. I notice a lot of readers are very like, this is for the collective, guidance for the collective. And I'm like, yes, this is amazing. I'm so glad you're like powerful and tapped in. I like that. I am like, the collective is so mass and diverse. I don't know if I'm gonna read for the entire collective, but
Fair.
I'm very like, if something I say resonates with you and brings light and more understanding or just opens up something for you, that's the good stuff. That's what I'm here for.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna pull 3
Mhm.
cards to see what light can come in here. And
Mhm.
Dr. K knows sometimes you just gotta shuffle, you gotta vibe, you gotta like, get in
Yeah,
here. Some people
we feel it.
shuffle a lot faster than others. So
I'm not a fan of the shuffle
Mm,
of the
I love it.
I'm not a fan.
I love it when I
It's
get
more because it feels like playing cards to me. And
we're not playing.
I'm no, we're not
Or we're
playing.
playing a little
And
bit, but not
also you might I'm not I'm such a Virgo. But it's also because I have a thing about my cards and keeping them
Nah.
straight and unbent.
Yep.
And when you do that, it bends them in a certain way. And it just, I like a move it around shuffle. I like a,
You want preservation, you want,
yeah.
um
Yeah.
because that's and we could talk
Yeah.
about this briefly.
Mm,
Like ourselves, many things hold energy, right? And although I love the sound of someone shuffling, I had a friend did an intuitive read for me, and he shuffled those cards, and I was like, "What's happening?" So it's like really powerful. Um, but
mm,
because to me, each of my decks have energy, that I'm also just trying to like honor and respect. It's kind of like I don't want to hurt something that's about to send love to me, kind of thing. And I know that's weird to talk about like that for inanimate objects, because it's just
mhm,
inanimate objects. But I don't know. I've things, and probably why I maybe hold so many books and things is
mm,
memories or energy or joy sometimes just be like, "Oh, I see this thing. It brings me happiness. I wanna treasure it in gratitude for it," kind of thing, so, alright. Think
Yeah.
I've shuffled enough. I'm gonna split, pull 3 cards here. Huh.
Hmm.
Yes.
So curious if you're gonna like read me down or
No.
if it's gonna feel.
Well, you're gonna love the first card, and I'll be
Okay.
able to take pictures for it so we can add it
Yes.
later, but, the
Hmm.
first card was actually
Aww. Okay, my reaction, emergence.
Yes.
Amaris and I are in the same sorority, Theta Nu Xi.
Mhm.
The symbol is the butterfly,
Yes.
and our probates are called
They're
emergences.
called emergences, and yep, uh,
Hmm.
they're beautiful. I think too, um, I'm gonna speak for myself, and like I said, if something resonates, please take it. I also
Hmm.
recognize over 2025, 2026, it's definitely been a space of emergence. Not
Mm,
only emergence of more wellness, more loving care of my body,
mm,
more connection and gratitude for my body as it is today too. But also being able to hold more capacity for love and understanding, as not only for myself but for others, as well as being more willing to be seen as who I am. So maybe
mhm,
less that may mean less masking for our neurodivergent homies. But for me, just being able to share more of my authentic self has been a journey. So this year has definitely been an emergence and a call to understanding, especially in these times of a little bit more chaos. What what is the focus for now? What's the light for now? What are you flying towards now? Because that's what's
mm,
gonna get the spice of life going and to keep it going is what are we
mhm,
flying towards instead of what is falling apart or what is bringing darkness. The contrast is there for a reason. And even I think it's very powerful. You're seeing like a different contrasting colors in the card. But the contrast is what lets the yellow and the orange and the pink come out because that contrast is there. The colors pull it out.
mhm,
I think it's funny that Dr. K is also gonna laugh at this. This card has the word answers. It also says
mm.
keys to the kingdom inside of it, which she found out with a playlist I sent her. That's one of my favorite Beyonce songs. So I thought it was very fitting that this came out. Um, and it's really funny how it has the word technology on it too. So I was like, this
Huh.
card is like, oh, you must know who's talking now.
Yeah.
um, I think it's really powerful too because I I have friends who are going through a lot of transitions because of the area I live in. So career transitions, trying to make sense of what to do next. And so the fact that when in a space of peace and coming back to self and trust, I think even like a bigger trust of there's so many possibilities out there. The
Mhm,
encouragement to connect to that peace to get to the answers. And on here, that peace that gets us to the answers is saying like interviews. It's saying you're gonna get the calls. It's saying you're gonna find the new work. It's saying you're finding these money solutions and the expansion is coming now. Like I know I'm pleased to see the card. It gives me joy about like the space I'm entering into has provided me so much answers lately, and
mm,
so much understanding lately. And from that understanding, I've developed more self-trust, which means it's easier for me to trust others too. And so being open
mm,
to receiving answers has been even a journey because it used to be I have to diligently look for the answers. I have to study hard and like read everything. I must know all the answers before I'm even regarded. And now it's just like, hey, in general, I have a question. And then usually
Mm,
an hour later or a day later, something just pops up and be like, that's the answer. And it's in something I just happen to be reading or happen to be listening to, or a person I just happen to meet like in a coffee shop. So,
mm.
yeah.
Okay,
And then
nice.
lastly, oh man, maybe I am reading it. We're gonna find out. Uh,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
last one, and I actually pulled this card when I visited you, also Dr. K. So it's very interesting. Um, we have a friend who y'all will probably get to see in future episodes. Her not favorite word is surrender, which even though it's a powerful word and it's a powerful energy to get into, um,
Mhm.
surrender is not her favorite word. I have a couple words that are not my favorite. One of them is patience. Right? Uh, Patience. Patience for what? I don't wanna wait. I don't
All right,
wanna
thank you everyone for listening to the podcast. We we not doing this.
wait.
Is that
Patience.
a ram? That better not be a ram.
It it might be.
Or is it a bull? Is it a
It's
bull?
a bull. It's a bull, not a
Okay,
ram. But there's horns involved. Listen, I know. We know. Anyways. uh Listen, the universe has been saying this to
good.
me a lot too. Because when I say universe for the collective as well, I mean
Mhm,
God, I mean whatever bigger spirit thing that you connect to, whether it's Mother Earth, whether it's Father Son, whether it's like I say, God. We'll talk probably have a moment to talk about
yes,
the high stuff,
spirit
but yeah.
guides,
Yes,
concourse
gods,
on high,
angels,
ancestors.
all
Yeah.
of it. Everybody in them.
Mhm.
Now I went through that and I don't remember what I was gonna say, but um yes, the universe has been sharing with me about how I was so in a rush to have things that it was
Mhm.
starting to become an energy of forcefulness and an energy of
Mm,
pushiness and an energy
mm,
of not trust.
mm.
And what has been keeps opening up for me has been about miracles take time. Like, there are a lot of miracles that come up and it's just like, "Wow, this happened." But that other
Mhm,
miracles take time. Someone aligned it to, like, a tree takes time to grow. Not someone, energy reader, another, incredible intuitive I follow. Um,
mhm,
they spoke to how if we're planting seeds and we're sitting there expecting the tree to have grown the next day, that that's rushing the universe, that's rushing nature. Um, and the ask is instead to water the seeds, not rush the tree.
mhm.
So, yeah,
Trying to fix my face.
I know. I already know. We will
I mean, it's very much giving, 7 of Pentacles.
which was the
Uh,
card we pulled for me at the beginning of the year as well. So, here we are is that patience. Um I love
wow.
how the bull is ornate. Um
Yeah.
I a lot of these images when there's people or creatures inside of it, there's like adornments on their third eye, which is
Mm,
usually
mhm.
meaning tap into your intuition, sweetie. You like tap in there. And I'm like,
Right.
fine. But also, uh, I'm moved that I pulled this card because I had another close friend do like a formal read for me, like I paid her.
Mhm.
And one of the key cards she pulled for me was 10 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. And I'm going to talk about it. Yeah. There's levels to it. For the folks who don't know
Yes.
tarot, the 10 of Pentacles is a
Mhm.
beautiful card because it means all of the material dreams on this earthly plane has been made manifest on this earth. So it's like love, it's like children, it's grandchildren. There's some dogs, some cars have a bunch of dogs on there. There's money hanging from the ceiling. Everyone's in not an opulent house, but like a really like sturdy and beautiful house is probably a better way to put it. Uh,
Mhm.
it's all there, right? And so when
Yes.
one gets a card reversed, sometimes the fear is, does this mean I don't get this? And that's not the case. That's actually frequently not the case. It's usually
Right.
something you need to do needs to happen so that you could cross the threshold and the card could be made upright. And so what this intuitive shared with me was it's reversed right now because it's time for me to focus on my roots. I've been so
Roots. Oh.
focused on trying to grow a tree that
Mm.
I lost sight of the root, which is self, literally the root chakra. And what does it mean to be safe inside of myself? What does it mean to be anchored inside of myself? Because if I'm trying to grow this luxurious tree, trying to grow this like opulent life on this earth, maybe even with people,
Mm.
I need to find that root inside myself first. I need to find that safety inside myself first. And that requires patience and self compassion too. So, I could probably go on for even more out part two.
No, it's fine. I'm resonating with this because so I don't know if it's because of the way we know each other,
Mhm,
because we're sisters, is it because we're both led by Mercury? Like, I don't know. But I'm also on a self-love, like divination journey.
mhm,
Um, which I'm like, how do I want to say this? So I have mirrors in this life.
mm,
Amaris is being a mirror that's like, oh, this is fun and pleasant. And, we're talking about, okay, she's doing root work for self-love. For me, it is heart chakra, third eye, um, which is usually where I do the majority of my work in
mhm,
meditative space.
mhm,
Um, but right now I'm literally burning like a vigil for self-love. Like
yes,
it was like, because I do candle work for
yes,
because I don't know if I ever talked about that on the podcast. But so there's a hot pink candle
yeah.
that I also dressed. I got the mortar and the pestle with the herbs. Um, and there's rose petal lavender that I grew. Uh,
Yes, yes, yes.
and yeah, and oh, what did I really think? Wormwood
Mhm,
for like dream work and spiritual
mhm,
attunement. And rue because we're also protecting my heart space at this point.
yes.
Okay. So there's that mirror between us with the self-love thing. And right now there's a white prayer candle that'll burn for about 5 to 7 days.
Got you.
That's also dressed with the same herbs. Um, and how I got here was because it was mirrored to me that someone I'm really close to didn't have self-love.
Mhm,
And the only way that for me, I'm not gonna
mhm,
speak for everybody, but the only way for me that can show up so strongly is if I'm also suffering in that area.
mhm,
And so that's why, even though it looks like, oh, she's doing heart repair because someone has wounded something, it's more
mhm,
like I'm actually strengthening what was already weak
mm.
that someone else showed me. So that's kind of
I
where
resonate
I'm at.
I resonate with this so hard, um, because mirrors
Mhm,
also has been a very loud theme 2025, 2026. So, I've had people show me mirrors of my joy, of my intuition and power, of my light. Learning the term earth angel was a moving moment for
mhm,
me, um,
mhm,
because words do have power, and it was like a understanding of purpose for the first time when I heard that word. Um, but also I have had very close mirrors that I treasure show me mirrors of not only openness, but of anxiety, of what happens when we always try to over optimize, or a mirror that came up for me, and it may be like it wasn't even out there. It was like a realization inside of me that I was mirroring outward, was this walking on eggshells.
Mm.
And I realized that if I'm walking on eggshells outside, that means I'm walking on eggshells inside.
Mm. Mhm.
And I went through a period of my life in my younger days where I had to do that due to family systems. Um, I was part of very loving family, but there's always all kinds of energy and structures in place that m move the needle of understanding later in life, right? Like, that's what ends up coming up later in life of, "Oh, that was just my family system and me coping, not necessarily how I want to move in the world going forward." And one of those was walking on eggshells, being like muting my authenticity, including when it's not pretty. It's usually easy to show my
Mhm.
authenticity when I'm bubbly or when I'm filled with laughter and joy. But I also, like any other human being, I carry heaviness, I carry fear, I carry a lot of messaging that, and we'll go more into why, but I carry a lot of messaging on why my body is not acceptable to others, or
Mm.
why um like, the color, whether it's the color of my skin, the shape of my body, or the fact I have to use assistive devices to move around, that usually that is not appetizing to people. And so, how I've dimmed myself to not be a burden, to not trigger someone to be like, "I don't wanna be a part of this because it's too much work," so I hold back. I
Mhm.
realize, like, "Oh, that's being mirrored to me too, that I've been holding back truth." And not truth like, "I'm no, I'm talking like sincere, like, "This is really what I need, and this is who I am, and this is what I desire, and this is what I crave, and this is what's missing, and this is what I want things to grow from, and this is," like, even the ability to say, "I treasure you," like, feeling like having to hold back because of a fear that something or someone that is of value will dissipate because of truth. And so that's why
Mm.
the root work came up, because I understand the bigger my roots, the more likely I'm able to have the capacity for whatever reactions not only come up with me, but come up in others. Because people are going to have whatever reactions they have. We cannot
They do.
control what triggers people, what opens people up, what shuts people down. But if we move like I was moving, like literally like a chessboard, oh, if I say this, this will light them up. So it ensures that I get to keep you around. Or, oh, if I don't say this, I won't piss so and so off. So therefore, I'm gonna keep it to myself, but I'm literally eating my feelings, literally
Mhm.
eating how I feel and keeping it all in my body. And so coming back to um, recognizing that mirrors are interesting and they open us up to a lot of interesting things. But the
Mm.
idea, I think and feel, is to increase capacity for receiving more. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna pause there.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm like, "Ooh," 'cause I feel it. It's very resonant. It's very I sound like one of those, like, people who saying things without saying anything. Like, it's so resonant. Yes.
So resonant.
Uh, but what I mean is the mirror is loud for me in this right now. Like,
Yeah.
we're going through the same exact thing. very differently, but also not that different.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, yeah, and I'm not gonna bring in any third or fourth parties to explain. We're just gonna just know that things are happening.
Things are
Um,
shifting.
things are shifting.
We are
Um,
emerging.
yeah, emerging and
Patience and
patience,
answers.
but there's answers. I can be patient when there are answers. That's also why I was appreciative of that middle card. Like,
Mhm,
if I know what I'm waiting for,
mhm.
great,
Great.
lovely, I can
Love
do
it.
this.
Because you know
If
what
I'm
you're
like,
pursuing.
oh, it's the complete unknown and be patient
Mhm,
and you're transitioning, I'm like,
mhm.
no, try again, universe.
Yeah, because it sometimes helps to know
Hmm.
direction. What the beauty of, like, understanding desire w and what pulls us forward, it's literally like the spice of life pulling us forward is helpful, but sometimes we're being called to be like, "You gotta be right here," and
Mm.
being right here to, like, understand. And then from that understanding, the desire crops up again, and then, knowing next
Mm,
what to
hmm.
water, what to p pursue, what to receive, because maybe doing less. I'm in my do less era too, so we could talk more about that in a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do more error.
Mm.
Hmm. And that's why bull energy as patience is really interesting to me.
Mm.
I'm a Taurus moon.
Mhm.
Um, but it's also, how do I describe it? It's like I just saw a random Netflix show, just saw a random show that opens with a bull scene
Mm.
as a, and so I have a very vivid image of how a bull like pauses and waits to charge,
Mm.
but they do charge.
They charge, but
They
it's
do
divine
charge when
timing.
they know they're gonna, exactly, when they know they're gonna hit their target, when they know what they're aiming for, when they know what's going on. But before that, it's kind of like, oh, you can run in circles. You can do all of that over there. Imma just wait. Oh, you're tired now? Oh, you're, yeah, now I'm ready. Here we go.
Oop.
So that's also what I got.
Mhm. Ooh, I love
Mhm.
that. I love that. I love synchronicity.
Yes, okay. You mentioned some things that we could come back to. Luckily, I'm a therapist. I'm trying to keep track. Uh, let's see. You mentioned art as a thing that you're learning to come back to. You mentioned um messages you hold in your body
Yeah,
or about your body.
yes.
And oh, you just mentioned a third one, which was uh well, we kind of covered the root, but there was, I know everyone listening to the podcast is screaming, she said this because they just heard it. Uh oh, I was curious about Earth Angel and what that meant to you.
Yeah,
There's a lot of places we can go, but I'm letting you choose what's first because
okay.
I'm trying to remain, respectful and safe. And I'd be like, tell me about your trauma.
Listen. Anywho,
Yeah.
sir, let's talk about Earth Angel.
Okay.
Let's talk about Earth Angel briefly. Um, I'm still learning, I'm still understanding, but what resonated with me when it came to spirit guides, because that's still new arenas. There are people who are channeling
Yeah.
whole galactic beings. I'm like,
Mm,
okay, cool,
yeah.
cool,
You do you, sis.
yeah, yeah, cool, because you got that wavelength. Shout out to you. Um, and I do think someone did share with me, like, I have like guides from Orion, and I was like, cool. And I'm
Mm,
learning more about that. When it
okay.
as I expand, my pay grade will increase. Is how I say it. But what resonated with me further was angels. Um,
Mm,
and that has been a lot of spirit guide work I've been doing. Um, just understanding the work of Kyle Gray,
Mm.
uh, who has shared many books about angels, as well as connecting to angels to not only understand wisdom, because they're formed as like messengers of God, like messengers of light. And even a lot of folks know angel numbers. They know 1111, they know 444. Like Jay-Z was like 444 is my favorite number, and I love that song too. I love that song. It's a tough
Oh,
song. It's a tough song because he's like,
it
I
is.
messed
It
up.
is.
And I was like, you did, sir. But
Ooh, okay, hold on a second. I was going to say, actually, when you said, let's do Earth Angel, it was 11:11 in my time zone.
ah, which is really fun because when it's 11:11 your
Mhm.
time, right after it, it becomes 12:12 my time.
Mhm.
And so that's like always a fun.
Yeah. 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 So while you were talking about this, that's what
Yep, eleven
the
eleven
numbers
and
were doing.
12:12 hit. We love it. So
Mhm.
yes, uh Dr. K and I love our repeating numbers. At first, I was like, "Is this part of my neurospicy?" It might be, but we're gonna lean into it. We're gonna lean into it and be like, it's also divine messaging and kind of fun. It's kind of like playing um, like, "Oop, there's a Volkswagen Bug. Oop, that bug is red. Oop, that bug
Mhm.
is blue." It started to be a game like that for me, being like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
caught this number, that means this. Oh, I caught this number, that means this. Yay." Um
And for me, it's kind of like a way to remain in like a gratitude practice.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh, there's support, there's connection from others, like when I'm open to the numbers. Like I try to not fully seek them because there was a little while where on our voice notes, it was like, oh, let me try to hit
We're gonna hit.
a 333. Trust me, people, we have hit what, 16, 16. We do long voice notes.
We
Okay.
do long voice notes.
But
I've learned it doesn't work with
you know,
others.
it's like, oh, let me hit 918 because I need nine today. And I don't like to force it, but if it happens, then
Yep,
I'm like, okay,
yep.
I got a team. I'm good. Yeah,
Yes. The
that's
team
that's
didn't
how I
go
do it.
anywhere, but it's a nice reminder kind of thing. But yeah, to your point, I've learned a lot of people don't like the 1616 messages the hard way, but hey, it's fine.
Listen,
I
I'm in a
love
group
our
chat
voice
with you
notes.
did this. I did it to myself, two Geminis, and me.
Yep. Yep, you did do it to yourself. You sure did. But you know what? It's cool. That 1.5 run sometimes helps.
Oh, I sometimes I got y'all on two
That's
speed. It's
fine.
fine.
As long as the resonance hits, as long as it reaches here, we're good. I feel heard. If you played it, I feel
Yeah,
heard. It's
yeah.
it's interesting. Voice notes have moved me surprising. That's another thing that has opened me up since 2025. It's like because we're side note, we will get back to Earth Angels, I promise. But like the
Yes.
side note is part of my neurospicy is it's easier for me to see than to hear. So to have voice notes,
Mm.
sometimes it's nice for me to listen to it twice or thrice so I can like
Ah.
really take in what a person said and like sit with
Mhm.
it and really like be able to send it back. And it's sometimes that level of presence I have a hard time when it's person to person or actually synchronous. But part of anchoring in my body with less anxiety has been increasing my capacity to like be present too and listen better too. So,
Yes.
yeah. But Earth Angels, it's a term I heard coined though by energy reader. It was the first time I saw a person just not only flow with tarot and oracle cards, I mean like multiple decks and just flipping card, flipping card, flipping card, and then deepening, 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 channeling, channeling,
Mhm.
channeling, like profound stuff about like they frequently say to feel good is to feel God. They frequently
Mm.
say everything is just yeah. They frequently say the exchange of like everything is just an exchange of energy. Love, money, all is literally
Mhm.
the giving and receiving of energy. Like stuff like that. And they said that their work and what opened them up is so others can see what an earth angel can look like. And the idea of
Mm.
an earth angel is just on earth being a source of light, a comfort, uplifting. I used to say I would be like I could be a professional hype man, like I could be Fat Man Scoop or something like that, like Timberland, Timberland, Timberland. Like, and for as long as Dr. K,
That is your core energy, you are
yes,
correct.
yes, as long as Dr. K has known me, 'cause because we were line sisters, like I was like, "Ah, you're amazing, you got this," like
And I
that's.
was like, "Take it down."
So I've learned that, oh, I've learned that
Mhm.
that's that energy of if people want to receive. So that's the other thing I had to learn is being
Mm.
present with other people, literally enthusiastic consent kind of thing. Um, of like people wanting to receive. So being present with people and understanding that if you send love at the wrong moment, it could not go well kind of thing. So like
Ooh.
trying to be more like, hey, read and be present with people before going into my hype man like yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting you said that. That giving love at a time when someone can't receive it is not love to them.
Yep. Yep.
Woo!
No,
Imma tell you what I hear when I hear Earth Angel.
please.
It's a song.
There's a song. Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it's a very old song. Imma sing part of it, 'cause
Yay!
why not?
We get Dr. K
Mhm.
singing.
Think doo-wop, like, poodle skirts and
Mhm.
sock hops, like, that's the era,
Yeah.
okay? Alright, I had to look up some of the lyrics because I wanted to get more than just the first part. Alright. I'm preambling because it makes me nervous. It's Earth angel, would you be mine? My darling dear, love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you.
I
That's the
I love it, and it's so resonant because sister wants to be seen, sister wants to be treasured, sister wants to be adored, as well, so yes, I appreciate that. I would
Yeah,
I love giving
yeah,
love, but I also love receiving love, and I I think the community of friends, especially in my life, community of friends, my family, actively see how they've poured love into me. I receive it, I'm grateful for it. I think that's what gives me all this, like, "Ah!" energy sometimes, is I know I've been super blessed with the people that have surrounded me, so
indeed. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we got Earth Angel covered.
yes.
Well, I guess I will say the reason the song was the only part of the song that was in my head before I looked up the lyrics was Earth Angel, will you be mine?
Yeah.
And uh it had me thinking about like ownership of someone else's gifts. Like, you're amazing. You're divine. You're lovely. Like, can I just have that? Um,
Mhm.
and I guess I'm kind of playing with the idea of
Ah.
if it's obtainable by others through you, or if it's like, I don't know, I guess what makes that safe or what makes that reciprocal? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love this question. This is actually a wonderful
Okay,
question.
okay.
The idea isn't for me to be like, "Look at me, I'm an earth angel, center of attention." I mean, I love being center of attention. I'm a theater minor, okay? Like,
Mhm, mhm.
and psychology, be it. Like, I love attention, but Um,
Oh, look at him. Sorry.
yes, it's like
I'm
lights.
playing with
Look
this
at your
light
third eye. Look at your third eye. The idea isn't about me. The idea
Mhm.
is, and we're gonna be careful with the word inspire, because
Okay.
we're not trying to induce like inspiration because I'm disabled and be like, well, I'm so glad I'm not disabled, but look at her go. It makes me want to go. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not talking about that
Mm.
type of inspiration. I'm talking about, my hope is, when we come across each other, we're able to see each other's light, including me. If you're not seeing your light right now, but I see it, I will say it. I see your light. You have it. It's in you. Every single person, and this is where Threadworthy comes from. Every single person has spirit in them. Like, that's literally the definition of being alive. You have energy, light, power inside of you. And the inspiration is for you to wield it in the way that actually lights up your heart and brings like immense amount of joy and fulfillment in life. And there's so many ways to do it. It doesn't have to come from one space, one place. Even you don't have to do it all. Cause like I said before, sometimes it's just the joy you surround yourself with, including people. Um, but the idea of Earth Angel isn't so you see the angel, is to know that the angel is in you too, kind of thing. That the
Oh,
light, the power, the earth, you are made of earth. You are, Thich Nhat Hanh says, you are made of Mother Earth and you are made of Father Sun, and you're
yeah.
filled with celestial, like, matter, because that's what earth is. It's literally celestial matter. And you're filled
Yeah.
with light and spirit and air and breath and water. Like, it's all in all of us. So being able to tap
Yes.
into that. um Another thing I do is I present about loving kindness. um the idea of removing resentment, which we all collect because we all come across things that pinch us, hurt us. People don't mean to, but things are done. And part of our work, our power, is doing our best to integrate, heal, and remove whatever is stopping us from connecting into loving kindness again. And so,
So,
I think that's also what I look forward to as like my intuitive work, healing work, is to be like, yes, the resentment held is felt, is real, is powerful. You are allowed to say you were hurt, but the
mhm,
idea is you don't have to carry it forever. The minute one wants to release it, one can. Um and
mhm,
and that's also something you can't force. Like, sometimes it's like, "Wanna get it out, so they can only get my happy side," but we've seen the toxicity of positive toxicity, like toxic positivity too, where someone's, like,
mm,
grinning even though on the inside you could tell they're clenched, kind of thing. Like, so
mhm,
there's authenticity in the flow. There's authenticity of not letting the block be forcefully moved, but lovingly cared for, filled with understanding, so it's naturally, like, uplifted away, so that reconnecting to love and kindness again is easier. Um,
mm. Nice. Oh, I was in a session the other day and loving kindness meditation came up
Really good.
because, um, yeah, it was a client who is struggling with, we'll say, the current state of the world,
Mhm,
and feeling there's nothing they can do. Um, and loving kindness as a practice
yeah,
of the, because it's, so for those who don't know, it's like a Buddhist meditation practice that involves um uh inclusion of self
mhm,
and um I guess disseminating energy towards the world.
mhm,
But it goes in stages. So it can be like, may I may I be safe, may I be healthy, may I have peace, like that sort of thing. And then you're also like, you kind of ramp up. It can go to community, it can go to, whatever space you're trying to focus on, but
Yeah.
also may the world have this. And so you're in this flow state of loving kindness. Um, yeah. And maybe that is one of the things we can do. I mean, the world needs more than me sitting in my house and being like, loving kindness. But as
Mhm.
a way to self-regulate, to
Mhm.
then be able to be in a healthy relationship, to then go and do what needs doing,
Yeah.
um, I do think loving kindness is one of the most beautiful, um, gifts we have to regulate.
Yeah. It's definitely shifted me.
Mhm.
Last year, with the geopolitical shift, especially inside of the United States, I thought last year was going to be just filled with terror,
Mm.
filled with pain and disappointment. But instead, because I was intentionally shifting my focus, not only to seeing the helpers, to seeing how people show up for each other, to see how people even bring joy and art to each other. We could do a K-pop segment. Or not, but but even just shifting to bring more joy to self so I can have the capacity to hold not only others, but live my life with vigor. Because it's
Mm.
one thing to give service or provide service. Service is an act of worship, service is an act of love. But if it's done from a place of emptiness, pain, or resentment, service is really hard to do.
Yeah.
So the idea has been to pour as much into myself so I'm in a space of overflow. So it's easy to share. It's easy to see the opportunity to like give that warmth. It's easy to see the little sparkles of magic in life that isn't dictated by others, but literally what brings me joy of my highest good kind of thing. Because I don't want to swing into hedonism. It could easily swing that way, but
Mhm.
it doesn't have to. There can be things that light you up, that make you a more connected and fulfilled person, and that's what I was calling it.
It's beautiful. Shoulder shimmy. Um, okay. Imma give you more options. Do you wanna talk about fear or, being disabled? Because 'Cause you've mentioned it a couple of times.
We could talk about them simultaneously.
Bet.
Bet. 'Cause let me tell you, Dr. K,
Mm.
being disabled in this world, especially a world that is shifting towards an apocalyptic focus,
Mm.
being disabled is terrifying. I think a lot of people always wonder why I don't always go see some types of movies, especially
Mm.
like horror or zombie or really traumatic, like apocalyptic movies, is because the first thing
Mhm.
I think about is as a disabled person, I can't run away. And I'm usually like, as a disabled person, if people are worried about themselves surviving, as they should, right? You have to put on your airplane mask before you put on someone else's. But if
Mhm.
you're trying to get out of here, you don't have time to be trying to also hoist me and get me out too, right?
Mm.
And so I think part of the practice I've been doing, especially more intentionally in the past year, has been where can I, one, live fully because no day is guaranteed anymore, which is
Mm.
fine. I want to
Mhm.
live a long time. I want the 10 of Pentacles where I have, like, I didn't even know this. I think I want grandchildren. I thought I just, was gonna be like
Mm,
supreme auntie,
how
auntie
did
supreme, and maybe that is what I'll be.
count this? But I'm the same exact way.
Right, right. Like, I thought I was just gonna be auntie supreme and da da da. But, like, I was like, "Oh, you know what? With the right person, grandchildren might be fun." I don't know about many children
Mm-hmm.
because I don't listen. I love kids are beautiful creatures. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be present with children to raise them well, right? Like, and we're not frequently given the space to be present as parents because of all the requirements it takes sometimes to survive and thrive, right? Um,
Yes.
we could shift
Yes.
that. There's endless amount of possibilities. The universe can provide in all kinds of very creative ways if we allow it.
Mhm.
But
But to the point.
to the point, grandchildren living a long time. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. K. Living a long time, grandchildren. Um, it's it's possible. It's and I've been tapping into how can I understand how to live presently in a space, whether there's calamity all around, whether money is tight, or whether all kinds of circumstances. Where can I practice pivoting from fear back to love? Pivoting from fear
Mm,
back to joy? Because it is a practice. Um, some folks who watch this may follow like the teachings of Abraham Hicks channeled through Esther Hicks. And Jerry
mhm,
Hicks is Esther's husband. Jerry was
mhm.
crucial to the operation. We don't forget
You
Jerry.
are.
Yeah.
You are.
But Abraham was channeled through Esther, or is channeled through Esther Hicks. And part of the teachings is we call in things into our life because we think the thing we're calling into our life will bring the joy, will bring the love.
Mm,
However, what if the love and the joy is already here if you shift your energy towards it instead? It's literally like anything in this life, sound, music, light, it's a
mhm,
wavelength, it's a resonance. And even the act of cheering ourselves up changes that frequency to like move it up. And usually the ask is just we just want to feel better. So why not just feel better first and
mhm,
then see what things emerge because you feel better. And so that's been some of my practice too. And even the teachings of Abraham, like from Esther Hicks, doesn't say you're going to be a vibe every single moment of every single day. In fact, they
yeah,
have a lot of teachings talking about you're going to hit contrast, you're going to hit dips, you're going to hit fear, you're going to hit darkness. The idea of not letting darkness consume you, even if it's like in a contracted space, like in all circumstances, if there is some way to pivot back with gratitude, oh, and like being like, you know what, all this stuff is going wrong, but this one
yeah,
thing is here. And I like to even have this one thing, I'm really grateful. And then letting it just build and build. Um,
mhm,
Shifting that energy is a superpower in itself, especially in a world filled with calamity. Like, if you're in a space that's not ideal, of course, the first priority is to survive, right? We're
yeah,
experiencing communities all over the world where they're in spaces where part number one, they have to survive because literally things are falling apart around them. Buildings, no food, water, all of it.
mhm,
But I've heard that a lot of survivors in those areas survive because they find the joy in the community that surrounds them, in the little things
Mm,
they find, and the people they get to still keep because they survived. Um, it's kind of like and, Twitchy Witch also talks about that from her experience too, of living in a war-torn area as well, that
yeah.
it was in the moments of reconnecting to what's present that could be savored, can be the fuel that may potentially keep going, keep going, keep going. Um, and so that's what I've been taking in, especially since the geopolitical events of the past 2 years and even before then, as like what happens to Black and Brown folks in the United States. I've learned it's easier to live this life pivoting towards the the love of what's right in front of me.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Whew. I'm thinking I'm in a lot of places.
Mhm.
Amherst be preaching. Like by now y'all have figured that out. But Amherst be preaching.
This is why the
Uh,
voice notes are 16 minutes.
yes. This is exactly why. Ooh. Because I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm just kind of sort of I'll say emotionally playing through some recent transitions,
Mhm.
which also were like a microcosm of all of 2025 to me.
Mhm.
Which is so there's this push and pull happening in my energy of like
Mhm.
um the judgment,
Mm.
which I know we're not doing. Well, but I am because I'm a burger. But like the desire to assess with a lens of judgment
Mm.
of like, oh, in what ways was I fearful where this would have been different? In
Mm.
what ways did I set myself up? Like there's that half
Mm.
of the conversation. And then there's also the going forward, right?
Mhm.
Which was obviously your whole point. But it's interesting to kind of hear mm, the tension in it
Mhm.
because a lot of times when I'm hearing any wisdom or uh guidance, it's like, yeah, 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 consciously got it. That makes sense. You're right. Perfect. Oh. And then there's somewhere else, root, heart space, um, um, oh my God, solar plexus, often solar plexus, is like,
Mm.
eh. Heard it, not gonna metabolize that yet.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so I'm kind of there. So I guess if anybody was listening to this and is also there, I'm just acknowledging you and me in this space.
That's right.
But I also will say earlier we were talking about being authentic with our emotions
Yeah.
and not swallowing
Right.
things. And I think being able to voice, being able to voice is a way of metabolizing, a way of integrating, a way of mm, okay, I'm gonna explain why I like the word resonant because when I say it,
Yeah.
I'm trying to say it as a musical term.
Yeah. Wavelength.
Yeah, yeah,
Harmony. Yep.
yeah. It's a wavelength,
Yep.
and there has to be resonance.
Yes.
But if there's two things that are the same energy, whether they are high vibrational, high frequency, or low, or whatever, if they're the exact same, they amplify,
Mhm.
which isn't really resonant. It intensifies something. But when something's
Yeah.
resonant, it like blends and harmonizes. And we use the same language in homeopathy. So homeopathy is an energetic medicine. So when it's given, you're trying to find you want a near um what is it called? It's called like a homophone
Yeah.
but you don't want the exact
You don't
one.
want
You
the
don't want
same. You want a harmony, not the same note.
Yeah, not the exact same.
Yeah.
Because if I were to prescribe it based on your exact symptoms and they derived this specific
It may
formula, the exact thing, it makes it more intense. But if
yeah.
you get nearby, it harmonizes it and
Mhm.
balances.
Yep.
So when I say something's resonant, that's what I mean.
Yes.
And I think that, yes, being able to voice something makes it more resonant within the space up to
Yes.
people who may think they're talking about the same thing.
They're not.
And then it's like, oh, but if we keep exploring it and sharing it in different ways and saying, actually, I hear what you're saying, but I'm all the way over here. And but like there's resonance is being built into it.
I'm so glad you also brought that up because
Mm-hmm.
literally the meaning of how I came up with the word threadworthy, like my online persona,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
was and I'll try to briefly share it. Um about 10, 11 years ago, I was, suffering through uh heartbreak, let's put it like that. But
Mm.
the thing about sometimes being cracked open is sometimes some strong downloads come in. Like, cause
Hmm?
you know, like
Preach out. I'm okay.
right, right. So, the downloads that had came in was literally about worthiness. And I had
Mm.
friends for years before who would say, Amaris, I notice in a lot of spaces you feel like you have to prove you belong, or prove that you're intelligent, or prove that you belong in the room or in the space, and you don't have to. And I was like, but that's not what my surroundings are telling me. My
Mm-hmm.
surroundings that are telling me I have to step up. I have to show that I'm competent. I have to show that I'm brilliant. I have to show that I have knowledge. I have to be on top of it. I have to be preemptive even. But I couldn't rest because that wasn't just happening in classroom spaces. It was happening in friendships and in romantic interest I had too. I was so busy
Mm-hmm.
trying to prove that I was a worthy individual. And I think about mirrors and cycles. We're gonna talk about that in a second, but
Woo!
the reason why I brought it up was the download I had gotten at that time was that worth, like spirit, like literally the energy of life, it's already constant. Simply by being alive, being like here, you are worthy. It's not proved. It's just receipt. It's just there. It's a constant. It's unwavering. It's not unchanging. It's like people in Baptist faith, which I grew up in,
Mhm.
talking about how God never left or forsake us, right? God hasn't even left. God's still here. You may feel like God's not there, but God's still here. That
Mhm.
worthiness is literally that. And so the other piece was that every single person is different. So going back to your resonance piece of
Mm.
the idea of looking for harmony too is because there is intentionally a different facet of spirit. I feel this is how I see the world. Everyone can have other viewpoints for sure. But how I see the world is literally like a cross section, like what you put of tissue under a microscope, right? I see each one of us is stuffed with a cross section of spirit, and each cross section is just different because our containers, our bodies are limited, right? They can expand, they can receive more spirit, they can increase capacity, but it's still not going to hold the entire infinite. But in a book that Dr. K and I both like, because Dr. K introduced me to the book, Conversations with God by Neil Donald
Mhm.
Walsh. Um, the book talks about how um, the idea that literally all of us are just separated out. We're not actually separate. We're just different beings of spirit having different experiences on purpose. It's like having the experience, this specific experience that like you're having, Dr. K, that I'm having, is the intent so that experience is diversified. In this case, 11 billion plus ways, right? And that's intentional. So bring it on home. I like to think of the human race as a giant behind 11 billion plus thread tapestry that it's all weaved together. The above is the below. The separation is and Twitchy Witch, once again, bringing her up, talks a lot about
Mhm.
it. But the above is the below. The separation is it's an illusion.
Mm.
However, each thread is worthy. Each cross section is worthy. The life experience of reality in that moment is worthy. It's you're going through this space in this moment to be this facet of reality, or as Dr. K hears me say, this facet of the diamond. It's a big
Yeah.
11 billion facet diamond. So yes, we have different wavelengths. And that's why the harmonies are fun. And yeah, sometimes we hit actual overlap and then stuff resonates. We hope the overlap is the good stuff instead of the tough stuff. But it's all it's all part of it. So,
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you for re explaining like the facets of the diamond that all of us are really connected. That's also part of Amaris and I also share a religion. We're both Baha'is. Unity in diversity, diversity in unity is a huge part of that. That's another another way to say it.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's being hmm, it's it's all coming from the same source.
Okay.
Whether you believe that source is higher power, higher self, or the fact that a lot of things had to occur for who you are to be born
Mhm.
on this planet,
Mhm.
right? Whatever miracle science that is.
Mhm.
All of that is
All
true
of
at the
that.
same time, or just pick the part that resonates with you, right?
Yep.
Um, yeah, and then because of that, we're connected,
We're
which
connected.
is beautiful and terrifying, and where growth comes from, which is also beautiful and terrifying. Okay. To me. Love and fear. Yay.
Woo.
All right, on that note, Amorous, would you kindly, because we're gonna wrap up right here,
Okay.
but would you kindly maybe pull a tarot card
Mhm.
or few?
Yes. I'm gonna pull.
And I would like it to be for the listeners.
Yeah. I'm not trying to I'm trying we're trying to face outward. It just keeps slingshotting back in. Like I can't
I'm like the mirror, the mirror, the mirror. Wait,
mirror,
okay, we can
mirror,
have more
mirror.
than one
Cat,
mirror.
cat, cat, cat,
We just
cat.
say we're all facets of one.
Mirror,
Yeah.
mirror, mirror, mirror.
Mhm. Mhm.
Also, listen, shout out to drag
Yeah.
queens. I'm gonna leave it at that. Shout out to drag queens.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm. Yes.
Oh my gosh. So I have pulled a card before all this started with a different Oracle deck, and I didn't see it. I did not see it.
Of
Um,
course. Of course.
uh, the card is worthiness. I'm not even playing with you.
Love it.
So I'll
With a
send that
reflective
picture to,
water serpent.
and it says, "No, you deserve to receive good in all ways."
Aw.
So that is shout out to Saltwater Oracle. It was a art. She's an artist. And she took her art
Mhm.
pieces and made a Oracle deck out of them. It's really powerful stuff.
That's beautiful.
Um, and then lastly, I'm gonna pull that tarot card. Stop traumatizing Dr. K. I'm gonna pull that tarot
Yes.
card from it's the Unfolding Path Tarot. One of
Oh.
I have many favorite decks, as y'all can
Yeah,
tell.
you do. Like every time you're like one of
Many,
my favorite every
so many, but
Mhm.
we're gonna go from this fave here. So, also, I want to say while I'm shuffling, Dr. K, once again,
Mhm.
thank you for having me. Um,
Sure.
it's spaces like this where we get to open up on topics and themes that we may not get to talk about in our everyday life. Like I said earlier in the call, I'm a data engineer. I'm a tech girly. We're so busy
Sure.
trying to build the application. We're not talking about the depth of spirit sometimes.
Mm.
So one, I think that might be the card. One, I like the opportunity to be able to talk about these deep things, but also emphasizing that as woo girl as we get, we're also
Mhm.
highly educated, highly scientific
Yep.
women. Like, this isn't to juxtapose the power of technology. Sorry, it is to complement the power of science and technology, not to juxtapose or contradict it. Um, I used to say a lot, even as a teenager, like, I love science because science allowed me to understand how God made this world better. Like,
Oh,
and so that one of the tenets
yeah.
of the Baha'i
Yeah.
faith is harmony of
Right.
science and religion.
Mhm.
That they're not contradicting forces, they're loving forces if we let them be.
Yeah, for me, some science and faith have to, or like spirit woo woo. I need both to believe something is true. That's
Yep,
the way that I take it.
yep,
Uh, but having that framework allows me to have space for someone who just believes science and someone who just believes the woo.
yep,
Uh,
yep,
because I get it, from both sides. But I try to walk that middle as
yeah.
much as possible.
Yep, me
Uh,
too. Psychology background. When I did a grad moment to just unpack the meaning of emotions, and I was like, this is great, but we still have emotions. So let's just like let's hold space for the magic too was like part of it.
yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, the card.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it's both our fault. Um, I don't listen, we'll talk about it. The card I pulled is the Emperor. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
That's not fair. That's
Hey,
not
her.
fair.
Hey.
I was literally like, let it be a tower. Let it be
Anything.
it.
Drag us.
Okay.
Listen, we have hearts. That is not a bad thing. We're allowed to have hearts. We're allowed to have
Yes.
hearts. Our heart,
Okay. I need to provide mild context at
you
this
don't have
point.
to.
I would like to provide mild context at this point, which is when Amaris and I pull cards about certain people in our lives, this is a card that often comes out. I'm going to say that.
Yep, and we're just gonna go with it because we are being authentic. We're being authentic. We're
Yes.
not walking on
We just say
eggshells.
it. Emotions have to be allowed
All
to
right.
find
This
control.
is the
Mm.
intuitive stuff we're gonna pull from this card, and not the. We're gonna talk about the other stuff
Not ours.
off camera. Okay.
This was for the listeners. This
This is
wasn't
for
for
the
us.
listeners. Tap into your power, your internal power, your solidness. The emperor sits
Mm.
on a solid throne. So we talked in this podcast about our root, our understanding of like the solidness we sit on allows the power we have to go forth. The emperor also for me talks about like how does one wield great power?
Mm.
We're seeing examples of how people are not wielding great power well and actually are incurring major harm to people in the earth. But then we see others who sit in their power, sit in their emperor energy, their autonomy, their empowerment, and use that power to uplift and enrich others. I also love the number 4 for many reasons, but another reason
Mhm.
is the it's a square. It's a numerical square, right?
Mhm.
It could be 2 times 2 and 2 plus 2 is 4. Like it's a beautiful square of a number. It's a
Mhm.
powerful number, and because of that, it is stable. The number 4, especially in divination practice, is about the stability of it. And so, um, my encouragement for our listeners is we tap into our power not only for the growth of self, but for the encouragement and uplifting and provision of others, as well, knowing that real power comes from a solid self, not from the demolition of others. And real power knows the power they wield and wield it with intention. That means
Mm,
being connected to spirit and connected to heart. So it's not just, I'm an emperor, I rule. It is, I know I'm in charge. And because of that, I handle all of my actions and decisions with immense care and immense gratitude for the people that it touches. So I'm going to leave it at that.
yeah. Yes. Cool. Thank you so much. Dragging me. No. Um, no, but for real, thank you. This was an amazing conversation. It opened up some stuff for me, allowed me to kind of process as well as it's like to feel through and to think through,
Yeah.
and to be with myself in real time and with you.
Yeah, with
Um,
you.
that's what it did for me. Um, but yeah, thanks for being on the podcast.
Yes.
Crazy, but
Thank
here we
you.
are. Finally did it.
So thank you for having me, Dr. K. If people want to hear more, if that's okay, uh, they could follow me at Threadworthy Inside on Instagram and Threadworthy
Mm-hmm.
on TikTok, Threadworthy on YouTube, which coming up soon, I will actually be dropping a series and experience of traveling while disabled to South America. So that's in the works, as well as some intuitive um, downloads that have come up over the past few months will be surfacing, especially in honor of, and I'm going to just outright say this honoring of Lynn Farnsworth, a deep friend of mine who passed away recently. Um, she would have loved this conversation and she would have loved all the things I've learned, so I'm doing a series to honor her to share, like, all the things that I've learned along the way too, so
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm looking forward to it. I'll make sure that all the links are below on the places where this will be posted.
thank you.
Bye for now.